now going to go ahead and try this salmon. I bought just a small piece of salmon. It's about a ½ pound. And I did that mainly because, well, this is an experiment, and I just soon not ruin a good big piece of it when I'm trying it the first time. So let me kind of show you what I've got. It's typical fresh salmon from my local fishmonger, and skin still on one side, nice pinkish flesh on the other side. I'm going to set this down here on a grate, and I'm going to go ahead and put a rub on it. Let me show you what that looks like. Some of this Weber chili lime grill, just because I happen to have some of it. I wanted to use lemon pepper, but didn't have it. Chili lime was kind of the closest thing I had. So let's go ahead and just sprinkle a little bit of this right on the salmon. I don't want to go too much because I want to keep the flavor of that salmon, so I'm going just pretty light on this. And then I do want to rub it in a little bit because I want to make sure it's into the flesh of the fish quite a bit. All right, that's it. We'll go ahead and pop that on the smoker. All right, so it looks like we're at 235 degrees in the main box, and we're at 145 over in the other one, so that's good. Let me see what this gives when we get this up 300, 400. It'll be interesting to see just what that box is at, but good. The greatest things about living right here on the water is that you just keep the fishing poles handy and just walk right over here. I've got some shrimp sitting right in the fridge there. I just baited this up, and we'll go out and yeah, we'll throw this out in the water and see what we get. But as I mentioned before, the beauty of this is to be able to just come down here and toss a line out. So let's see. Yeah, we'll let that sit on the bottom, see if we get something while we're out here playing around. Here we go. Got our salmon and our little tray to put it on. We're at about 260 in the smoke side, and we're at 185 over in the cooler side, which is going to be perfect for that salmon. So it's just a matter of taking this. I'm going to leave it on the wire rack just because I'm not doing this on a cedar plank today. And boy, it's a tight fit getting in here. I think I'm going to put it, yeah, I think I'm going to put it on the lower rack. There we go. That's ready to go. You come back and check it in about an hour. Alexa, set a 1-hour salmon timer. Love me some Alexa timers. See how well you can see this. So the good news is I have this set at 250, and you can see it's exactly 250 degrees in the primary smoke box. And the probe on the bottom left is actually the one that's over in the salmon box. So it's sitting at 172. So all good. All this in here ready to go. I think I'm going to go ahead inside, wash this up, and we'll come back here in an hour or so. Makes me nervous every time I see it. It's a really low tide today. To give you an idea how low, let me show you the neighbor's sailboat across the canal. Yep, it is pretty much sitting high and dry over there. Worries me. And on the right hand side, my box is sitting around a 175, and I have that salmon in there. So it's been an hour. I'm just going to check the internal temperature of this salmon and see how it looks. Does not look done yet, but let's see. That's definitely not done on the internal temperature of that salmon. I'm going to set it for another hour. It still looks pretty moist. I'm okay if it dries out a little bit more, given it's going to be smoked. So let's see how that looks. I'll give it another 45 minutes to an hour. We're just checking the internal temperature of this salmon. We want it to be about 140 to 145. It's only sitting at about 110 right now. We'll go ahead and let that continue. No bites. We'll see if I still have my bait. It was pretty weak little shrimp there. Yep, still got it. All right, it's been about another hour. I have my cooler side over here for the salmon, and it's sitting at about 175. So I'm gonna go ahead and open it up, and I'm gonna see what the temperature is of the inside of that salmon. So I'm still only about 115 to 120. I think I'm gonna try and put it on the other side and let it get a little bit hotter. If you remember, I put that salmon over here. Let's see how it looks. It's been about 20 minutes or so. And I think that's probably done, but let's see. We want this to be about 140. We're at 120, 125, 135, 140, 145. It may actually be 150. I think that's good. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this salmon off of here. I don't know how well you can see that. That salmon's sitting at about 150 to 160. Salmon and ribs. Take a look. All right, so we've got our smoked salmon here. That sure looks good. I'm using just one of these little kid forks, but got a nice little crust on the outer edge. Good smoke color. Take a look at this, just falling apart flaky. Just delicious looking, nice and moist inside too. Man, that's good. It's got a good smoky flavor, not too much with that chili lime rub. It's probably a little bit dry. If I were to do this again, I would move it from that secondary smoker over to the one on the left, or I'd be cooking at a higher temperature. The temperature in the secondary box is in the 170 range, really slow. It gave it more time to dry out a little bit. Still moist, but it definitely could have been, cooked a little faster. It probably would have been a little better. So hopefully you found this useful. Thanks everybody for watching.